Welcome, adventurers! You've made it to the Wind Down, the live stream at the end of the Geekverse. It's a chill place to hang out here as the sun sets on another day. We're here to have a little chat, reflect on the day's successes, and prepare for a better tomorrow. So settle in with your favorite beverage this evening.
May I tempt you with a cup of chamomile?
Why, thank you, Dory. I would love a mug of tea this evening, but perhaps you would rather have some coffee, though I do recommend a decaf this late in the evening. Or perhaps maybe a cold brew is more your style.
Oh, no thank you, Dory. A little red wine. For me, I think.
Sounds like an excellent choice, Gandalf. Whatever you want, it's yours. Could I offer you a bourbon, a martini, an old-fashioned, or something perhaps a little stronger? Ugh. Well, I mean, if that's really your thing, then okay, but I hope we can find something a bit better than that.
Romulan ale. Why, Bones, you know this is illegal.
I only use it for medicinal purposes.
All right, now we're talking. I'm Heath, and I'll be your host. Welcome to my home. Come one, come all, writers, artists, sculptors, storytellers, board gamers, streamers, dungeon masters, fans of sci-fi, fantasy, geeks of all kinds. Whatever your fandom, you have a place here. For soon it will be time for another long rest so that we can recover our hit points, our spells, and our abilities, so we'll be ready to fight on for another day tomorrow. But first, we all need a little time to reflect, because you've survived another long, perilous day of wilderness treks, dungeoneering, and random encounters, and that's worth celebrating. Let's tell the tale. It's time for the Wind Down. It will improve your life. It really will. Give it a chance. Here we go. Oh, there I am. I always forget to get my... There we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Man, I am excited about tonight. I have been working hard on a whole bunch of different things related to the Hacked Edge and our character generator and a whole bunch of technology. I have been doing things that I have never been able to do before, and I want to show them off to you. So I'm really excited about what's going on here. So who we got here? We've got people here watching. Let's see. We've got Better with Bacon's here. I didn't stream last night because we still have a few more Sunday night games to go. And the game that I'm in on Sunday night is with Better with Bacon is on there with me. And we had another fantastic game last night. So this is a Monday night stream. I don't know who will be available, but we had a fantastic stream on Sunday night. I still have a few more Sunday night streams over the next few months, a couple months or something. But this was another one of BGD's games, who you will see here on YouTube. And it was continuing our like Blade Runner style dark noir game. And it was really fantastic. We had a fantastic time. So gaming with Better with Bacon last night. So we'll just see who is here tonight. Hey, good evening, PH. Great to see you. Welcome. Dave, Dave, I was also thinking about what we're talking about. You're talking about the low-level hit points. That was last time. Like, can you get 1 or 2 hit points, or are you re-rolling? What I neglected to mention last time was that we're still working with level 0 characters here, level 0 characters. So I think I have a more generous level 1 creation and so forth. But at level 0, I mean, hey, level 0 life is tough. So this is still, and we're going to continue looking at level 0 creation today. So level 0 character creation, that's a bit different from first level. Okay, so first of all, let's see. So there's several things to look at tonight. So the first thing I would look at, and I did put a link to this in the Ravenkeep Discord server under the general tab, if you to make sure that it was at least kind of working well enough. And several people tested it out for me today, at least to confirm that it was working. But I'm going to put the link in the comments right now. This is an alpha version. This is the alpha version, but it's live. Alpha version of the Hacked Edge 0th level character generator. So that should have, I don't think I put that in the comment, in the description. I might have though, but nonetheless, you should be able to get that out of the comments. I just put it up on Netlify, just not as a permanent home, but just as a temporary home where I can put something up, and just have it hosted, so we can play around with it and see if it works. So the alpha, last time I just had it like sitting here on my computer, but here, now, if you go to that elegant gumption, it's the code that Netlify gave to me. Netlify is really nice, just because it's just drag and drop to put it up for an alpha like this. Just drag your whole project, and it gives you a URL where it is publicly accessible. And so if you just go to, if you go there, if you'd like to, you should be able to get to the Hacked Edge character generator. And I have this as okay. Oh my God. Hang on. We got something else going on I don't want to talk about right now. Let's that's really cool. Okay, hang on. I just okay. So if you're there, you can come in and check this out. You can come in and check this out with me. So this generates 0th level characters. So the 0th level character generation is entirely random. Now, I haven't gotten to 1st level character creation, and obviously, when you create 1st level characters, hey, Shellmel, good morning, or good evening, Shellmel, good evening. If you create 1st level characters, we'll have more options for what class you want to be and whatever else. But this is low level, gritty and grimy. So this is character generator for 0th level. Let's see what it does. So here we go. This is live online, and anybody can get to it in the link in the comments right there. So there we go. 0th level. Character being spun up live online. Character ready for deployment. There we go. So you've got the whole character here. A human acolyte this time, medium-sized, neutral alignment, common, native, and literate. This is a pre-class of the cleric. Health 5, universal damage D3. Okay, we have done quite a bit here. There have been many updates since the last time you looked at this. With known languages, right now I just know one language, but I did get more sophisticated with how the languages are known as far as their fluency, as far as the character's fluency, and also their literacy rating. But this acolyte just has one language, so this is common, native, and literate. We have a much more sophisticated inventory system. Let me tell you, the biggest pain in different parts of the body as far as creating a RPG goes is definitely the inventory and encumbrance system. And as far as the game goes, as you are probably aware, I like for everything to, the goal of the game design, because this is a game design, it's not a simulator, it's a game design to me, that everything that's present in the game needs to facilitate some type of choice or important choice by the players, and that includes the inventory system. And oftentimes, like inventory and encumbrance, that just does not do that in a lot of RPG design, because like who tracks gear by the pound? Is that more fun than it provides choice? Yes, most of the time it is. So I came up with a better inventory system that is an adaptation of Torchbearer. But we can see here that we have weapon. Okay, so here we have the weapon. This is a mace. It is a 1 bulk mace. It is equipped, and it is sitting in the main hand at present. The weapon weight is medium, and that will be used for calculating damage beyond 0th level. It is a bludgeoning damage type right here. It is a reach of 1, and then it has properties of sunder 4. Didn't we look at a bunch of different properties for weapons last time? I think so, right? I can't remember. The days, I have just been sitting here working on game design, basically. Now, I was at the winery on Friday and Saturday for some wine trains and things like that. But even those days kind of run together. So all my days are kind of running together. Then I had the game with BGD and Better with Bacon last night. And basically, I've just been sitting here working on game design. So I can't remember exactly what we talked about. But I think we looked at all the different properties for the weapons. And I did some further revision of that. So Sunder breaks armor on a roll of 4 or better. It can break armor of your opponent. That's the mace. This particular, what did we say it was? Acolyte is not wearing any armor. He's not wearing a shield, or not holding a shield, and he's not using a helmet. He has 2 cantrips. He has Light and Sacred Flame. And now we total our bulk. Okay, so we are dividing this. So here's our inventory system, which is a bit more sophisticated here. We are dividing, and I made this very explicit over the last few days. When we're talking about inventory systems, bulk versus inventory, or bulk versus slots, rather. Originally, I kind of had, it was just slots. Everything was just slots. But slot is a location. Okay, slot is a location on the body where you're trying to hold something. And bulk is the total quantity of stuff you can hold. And you can hold up to, if you are a medium character, 10 plus your strength modifier. So you can see total bulk carried is right here. This is 10. He is a strength 10 character, which means that he has no strength modifier, which is this. I'm trying to make sure that all of this is right. So that does seem right. So he has 10 total bulk that he can carry, and he is currently carrying 4.5 bulk. And I got my notes right here. Because you know what? Actually, half a bulk for his holy symbol sounds pretty rough. Do holy symbols? Oh, that's not pen. I need to buy some more pens. My pens are just running out here. So, but right now, I bet that's right. But holy symbols can be less than 0.5 bulk. So that's working, but it's that. So he's wearing a holy symbol on his neck, which at the moment is 0.5 bulk. And then we have the belt. The belt's going to be very important in this. This is kind of playing off of Torchbearer in that the belt is the location where you can reach items during combat. So if you want to be able to access an item during combat, which is basically when a hostile is on the table, if you're in combat, you can't get things out of your backpack. The backpack's on your back. You know, we're just going to say that it would take too much time for you to unstrap your backpack, sling it down, unfasten it all, start digging through it and getting at an item. That you can't do that in the middle of like melee where combat is going on. So if you want to be able to access something during combat, we're going to do this from the belt. And the belt actually has a total of 4 slots because slots are locations. Apparel here, so he's got a neck slot. Everyone has a neck slot where you can wear some kind of magic amulet or some kind of trinket or something. In this case, since he's a pre-cleric, he's got a holy symbol on his neck, or hanging from his neck. And then he has got a water skin on his belt, which has 2 draughts of water inside. He has his money purse, which can hold up to 100 coins of any kind. And then he also has a survival kit, a personal survival kit, which is also on his belt. And then I gave everybody, if they, filled up their belt, there's actually a very sophisticated quartermaster, let's say. We call him the quartermaster in the code that goes through and loops through all of the equipment that the character has and places the equipment where it needs to go. Like onto the belt, like, okay, so if you're like, for instance, and I'm sure we'll generate one here in a moment, but if we have a character with a bow, then the ammunition or any type of missile weapon, if you have a missile weapon, then the ammunition for that missile weapon needs to go on your belt. Like that's a priority because you can't use the missile weapon in your hand unless your ammunition is on your belt. Okay. So, ammunition needs to go there. The water skin needs to go there. The money purse will rotate in survival kits, lock picks, things like that. We'll see the kind of rotation that we get there for placing items on the belt. I want that to be there, but if you're using this character generator, especially, I don't want you to have to figure all that out. I just want to give you an optimal layout. So there was quite a bit of coding that was done to hopefully, and this is still the alpha, but hopefully provide a kind of optimal kind of character loadout for you, your adventuring loadout. The belt is also important because not only is it the only things that you can access during combat, but also if you have to drop your pack for some reason, if you fall into a lake or a raging river and you're overburdened, or if you were trying to get out with a whole bunch of treasure and then you're attacked by goblins or whatever, and you're like, I just have to make a run for it, you can drop your backpack or your satchel to lighten your encumbrance. Because like right now, that should be, he's got 4.5 with a 0.5 holy symbol. The money purse is 1 bulk, the survival kit's 1 bulk, the water skin is 1 bulk, the holy symbol is 0.5, 1, 2, 3, and then up here, the mace that he's holding is also 1 bulk, so that checks out. He's a 4.5 out of 10 bulk character. He is unencumbered, right? But also, like what I was saying, that if you have to drop your backpack or your satchel, the belt is the only thing that you're going to stay with you. So you also have to think about that. Not only what do I want to access in combat, but that if I were to lose everything else, what would I want to be able to take with me? If I don't know, this might be, you could probably also sleep with your belt on, but not your whole backpack. If you're ambushed and you have to run in the middle of the night, you're going to be able to take like the survival kit with you in this case. A satchel. So the satchel, this also required some sophisticated kind of thinking here, because the container here, the satchel itself is 0 bulk. So I'm not making you pay a bag tax to hold on to the satchel, because the number of bulk that you can hold is pretty limited. I mean, this character can only hold 10 without being encumbered. So that's kind of limiting by design. Like I said, the idea of the game, if any kind of these functions in the game is to make sure that you are making important decisions. So I'm not going to tax you for the bag, but the satchel here the satchel is 0 bulk, but the satchel can pack up to 3 bulk. So the satchel is empty. There's nothing here in the satchel right now, but it's telling you that it's 0 bulk. Its bulk will be whatever you put in the satchel. And right now, these are 0th level characters, so they don't have a whole lot. But I decided to go ahead and give them a free satchel. So if they pick up things on the adventure, they can put stuff in the satchel. If they want a backpack, that would you'd be able to pack more into the backpack, but you'll have to buy that or pick that up on the adventuring thing. It just seemed right for the bad guys to be able to for the 0th level characters to have satchels rather than belts. PH Arbeck says, so basically you carry holy water, a coin sap, a healing potion, and a poison dart on your belt. Yes, basically. Up to you. Right. Potions go on the belt. If you want the potions accessible in combat, then you got to put the potions on the belt. And it's not like the Diablo 20 different things on the belt, right? It's 4 things. You've got 4 belt slots. I've been going back and forth. Does it need to be 5? I'm not sure. But right now I've coded in at 4 belt slots. I'd rather have it a little bit more constricted so that you do have to make the decisions. Rather than just having whatever you want. I mean, that's the point. You have to make decisions. So you have to make active decisions about what you want on your belt. Hey, Thunderwolf. Good evening, Thunderwolf. Good evening. I did come up with, last time I think I just had copper. So copper is there. I still might give some of the starting professions silver, some silver, but I have not done that yet. I'm still thinking about that. But I did enable both copper or all 3, copper, silver, and gold here, because obviously discovering a treasure hoard of 1,000 copper pieces is very different than discovering 100 silver pieces or something like that. So quantities of coins matter, especially when you're thinking about this as far as your inventory goes. I didn't build a system that just gave you a total money that you've got, no 100 gold coins, or no, excuse me, 100 coins of any kind will go in one bulk of a money slot, a money purse. So right now you've got your money purse. He's only got 4 little copper coins in it. It's still taking a bulk, but he can hold up to 96 more coins in that money purse, and it will still just be one bulk. Arbeck says, love it. 2 at each side. Retrieving items during combat is already an extra exploitation. Or an exploitation. 4 is great. And I'll show you also, now I do have things with the scabbard too, so we'll generate a couple more of these, but I think this is looking right. I want to check the math, and also, you can check the math yourself if you've got this. Here, I'll put this in for people who might be coming in. This character creator should be live. Has anybody tried it out? Character creator alpha at, so if you want to just, try it out, I'll put that in the comments again. That's where, that's where it is. Adventuring skills, boom. And by the way, I did get this. I had some nasty formatting for mobile. I want this to be mobile friendly. And earlier today, I had some absolutely nasty formatting with my adventuring skills. But now I've got them formatted well. So if you are doing this on mobile, that's no problem. It goes right down. There you go. So formatting works. Oh, okay. So we have confirmation here on stream that somebody else is able to do it. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Daniel says, I tried it, made a smart, lawful smuggler. All right, there we go. Smart, lawful smuggler. Okay, so it works. We have independent I had confirmation from a few friends this morning, or actually this afternoon, that, hey, can you get to this site and create it? And they told me that they could. So that made me confident to at least do this, put this out on the live stream tonight. We do have down here the system trace log. So this should tell you exactly how the character was created. And maybe I should say step 1, roll ability scores. Maybe I should make that explicit. Now, of course, there's the rule book too. And I was sort of going back and forth between the rule book and this, but I didn't get back to the rule book quite as much. Specify over the last few days, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself with the the digital design here. The rule book's important too. Specify in trace log 3d6 straight down. So what's happening here is this is being rolled 3d6 straight down. So you should be able to look at it and it should track. So determine race. Okay, so then human, then it goes. This is getting really sophisticated as far as the architecture goes. I tried to, I'm sure that many of you on the stream are very familiar with the kind of architecture that it takes to make something like this. I, by and large, am not. I have a fair amount of experience building databases and things like that. But as far as like web application architecture, I have been learning that over the past 2 weeks. So this is all of my data is stored in a relational database in Supabase that's accessible through APIs. So if I want to change something, I can just change the database while the rules are in development, and I'm not having to like update, variables in JavaScript or something like that. That's not what happens. So all of the library and dictionary on how to make a character is stored in a relational database. And then also I've moved all of the rules, all of like the JavaScript rules about how to process and mix all of those components that are in the database out of the browser as well. Those are also being stored on a server. So you make the call, and that way there can be multiple ways that I can access my character generation rules. This is one of them. This is just a publicly available how to make a character. You've got the button up there to print it out or export it to PDF. But there can be other ways that you create a character as well. I don't want to have to maintain my character generation rules or any rules more than once. So I've spun those out and put them up on a server so that anytime I want to change them during development, I change them in one location, and it will change in all locations where I want to create characters. So that's going and getting the all of my libraries here. And then you can see here, Melee attack bonus is 0 because I have strength 10. Should be able to check this out. Strength 10, that's no bonus. Melee attack bonus, 0. Strength 10 gives me an open doors of 2. Yes. Intelligence 12 means that I'm literate. Yes. Intelligence 12 means that I speak the language that I speak natively. Yes. With native fluency. Intelligence 12, that gives me no bonus to field identification. Intelligence 12, no bonus languages. Wisdom. What is my wisdom score? Oh, I don't really report my wisdom score down here. I can go up there and get it. Report wisdom score in trace log. For magic resistance. So, but let me go up here. So my wisdom is 12. See, my wisdom is 12. This is a very average character. So that's why he is plus 0. That makes sense. So he stays with the standard resistance scores for wands, paralyzations, and spells. Missile attack bonus, wisdom 12, no adjustment. It's the wisdom in this that's adjusting our missile attack bonus, not dex. Stamina, he's got a dex of 7, so stamina -1, but they start 0th level characters start with 0 anyway. He's got a dex of 7. Okay, so that checks out. Default initiative. He does have 14 con. Oh no, what is his con? 15 con. So 15 con gets him a +1 to both death and breath weapons attacks. So that checks out. Charisma of 11, NPC reactions, no modifier, max retainers, loyalty, gotcha. Additional bulk from streak 10, none that he can carry. Con 15, he does have a health modifier of +1. So there we are rolling our hit points. 2d3, which he rolled a 4 on, +1 from his con modifier. So he got a 5 HP. Roll for alignment, neutral. So he just speaks common. Then we put in our adventuring skills, open doors. That's specified completely by strength. Pick lock, base 0, modified by dex. He's got some things that give -1, but you can see that's working because that's a base of 0 anyway. Then he rolled his D12 for human profession, got acolyte. He gets a +1 to search. Did that come up? Yes, it did. So he's got a 1 and 6 in search. Total bulk is 4.5 and status unencumbered. Boom. There you go. Character. So you should be able to see if, exactly what it does in order to create that. If you want to run down, okay, wait, how exactly did that get that? The trace log should run that down for you. And of course, that was also very helpful during debugging all of this. Let's do a couple of other ones. Cultist. Okay, so right here's an example where we have an additional language. He's got an intelligence of 13, so he gets an additional language. So you can see that he speaks common at native and literate. He's native fluency, and he's literate, but he also happens to speak lizard folk, but only in an accented way and at basic literacy. This magic user has got a sickle equipped. It is a light weapon. It does do bleed damage. On a roll of a 6 or more, it will do 1 damage of bleed. So that's noted there. He has a 4 of 5 bulk carried. He's got his water skin, his money purse, and his wine skin. And he's carrying 7 copper. The equipment is complicated on the back end, as I'm sure some of you undoubtedly know when you're working with like a relational database. But I did it right. I spent a lot of time trying to get all these things right because I wanted them to be sort of battle hardened for what's to come rather than trying to take shortcuts in the beginning. I tried quite a bit to make sure that it was right. So dwarf, okay, the armorer's apprentice speaks common and dwarven natively. Also has infravision, so we relate some racial traits right there. Warhammer, okay, does bludgeoning and piercing damage. He is wearing light armor, which is 1 bulk on the torso, and that is equipped. Okay, that's great. So he has an encumbrance of 6 out of 9. He has got water skin. He's filled up his belt. He's got his Warhammer in his let me check on. I'm just making notes and then check on. He's got his water skin, his money purse. He's got iron spikes and a mallet, and also a crowbar, actually. So he's got quite a few things on his belt to go into battle with. So I mean, I think it's working. I was looking at different kind of character builds against the rules today. So I don't want to say that it's all perfect yet, because things get changed up or whatever. Here we have a gnome, but I mean it's looking pretty good. Gnome is speaking Common and Gnomish at native and literate levels. He's got a mace. The mace has Sunder at 4. He casts 1 cantrip a day and has Dancing Lights, Mending, and Read Magic. Water skin, money purse, oil flask, and crowbar. I mean, it looks pretty good. So then that's what it is. That's what I've got going. So that allows you to make characters for, what will be playtesting or playing at home or whatever. Now, let me show you something else. Let's go from there. Trying to remember all I've done, like I said, because this has been just absolutely crazy. So I want to access this one is sitting right here. Are Warhammers lighter and more nimble than regular hammers? Yes, but I think I ended up deleting the regular hammers. The regular hammers seem to be redundant and unnecessary, because at one time there was just hammer, and then there was hammer and Warhammer. Because when I'm thinking about Warhammer, I am definitely thinking about something like this right here. I love Warhammers. So yeah, I mean, like in Game of Thrones fashion, when they're talking about like a Warhammer, they're talking about a maul. And I put maul in there. So there's maul, but this is not a maul. I mean, this is a Warhammer right here. So this is what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of Warhammers. I do love Warhammers. So this is my Warhammer. So this is the Warhammer kind of thing. But right now I didn't put in just hammer, but I do have maul. Maul is there. I mean, maybe like Shadow Dark. I forget how that handles that. Okay, so what was I trying to do? I was trying to pull up something else. So speaking of okay, right here. So like this, speaking of different ways to access the same code for creating the characters and that database, well, here's another example. So this is not live online. This is just a very basic website that I can use, that I have running here on my computer now, that can create characters, but it also saves them to the database. Okay, so I wanted that. See, that was the thing here. I was like, okay, I'm creating this rule set, and I want to be able to access this rule set this way, so just somebody can have a display of a character they can print off and take to the table. But I also want to be able to access the character generator from this way, which not only tells you you've got a character, but also will write the character back to my database. That way the character is saved in like the Ravenkeep database, and can be, an official character that we can do things with. So, and, I'm sure many of you are familiar with like database management and things like that. And then also the rules of your code, that you don't want to repeat yourself, because if I want to, while I'm in development, especially if I want to change up the way something is going, I don't want to have to update the rules for generating the character for just public display and the rules for generating the character for storage in my database, which is why I moved all of the rules as well onto the cloud and have those running on a server. So then I have this website or this HTML page sitting on my website. Oh, wait, we have two things right here. Okay, so hey, first of all, Sable Phoenix says, good evening, wasn't around for the start of the stream, unfortunately. You may want to check it out. You may want to try to catch it up. There's been a lot going on. And then we're about to have some more fun, but you may want to catch up on what's going on. I'm really excited here. This is actually a project that I've wanted to do for a long, long time, probably 20 years, I would guess. Probably around 20 years. I've had this idea for this particular way to do a role-playing game. There's both online and tabletop. Tabletop game. There's also online in the way that I want it to be. And I wasn't able to do it until now. And by I wasn't able to do it, I do mean I wasn't able to do it because of my level of technical skill. But I am now able, it appears, to be able to do this. Also, you may notice right here, I was working with trying to get a bot in the chat. So, okay, looks like I was working with Nightbot also this afternoon. I just wanted to know if I could get it working. So Nightbot says, good evening. I am the Goblin Zorn. I am a test timer to see if Heath managed to get this set up correctly. Okay, so apparently I did. So I said that I wanted just as a test to be able to put a bot in here every 20 minutes. So we will see. So that did fire. I was wondering. It looks like it's fired close to, well, actually it said that it may take a few minutes for it to get into the stream. So that's why the stream's been going on for 36 minutes. So we will see. It says it fired at 8:40. So we'll see at 9 o'clock if it fires again and gives us a little test message. So I've got some things I can do with that, but I wanted to be sure that I could get it working. So, okay, Nightbot did get into the stream. Okay, so anyway, this right here is my just bare bones web page that says, hey, I want to create a character. So let us create a character. But this time when I click this button, I'm using the same information. Sable says, I was thinking about Robert this afternoon. Sable says, be very interested to see what Robert Romano would have to say about all of this. I am too, and I haven't seen Robert around in a little while. But I was thinking about him this afternoon and wondering how his project was going, and his project is definitely very different than mine, but would be very interested. Nightbot. Dave says, Nightbot, the crime-solving bot. Could be Nightbot. I wonder if I can change him up. I don't know, but at least he's firing. Okay, so this is my personal HTML file right here. So I can say generate a character. So it goes and contacts and then it creates the character, and just like boom, just for the purposes of debugging, it just throws all of this out at me and says, okay, this is the character. I probably need to put some other things on here, like what's his name or whatever else, but this just throws it out at me. And then over here, this is my database, and this is my characters. Now I'm still cleaning out characters. Let's just clean them all out. So these are all of my characters. Let's delete them all. So so let's just see if it works. Let's come at it this way. So this is completely over. And by the way, so there's the characters, and then here is character inventory. And so this is everything that the character is carrying. Okay, so we actually have two tables that are related for the character inventory, which is complicated. To get all that figured out and get that done correctly took me a while. Let's go over here to, this is my internal website. Let's try this again. The external one that I gave you does not save to the database. That just shows you the characters you can print off. But here I'm going to say generate and save to database. Success. I got a character. Let's go over here and look in the database. Let's look at characters. Maybe. Refresh. Oh, got it. Yes. Okay. So I refreshed, and now sitting in my database is an Oblivious Woodsman. So I was able to create an Oblivious Woodsman. That's no problem right there. And that's all of his stats, which I believe are correct. I've been tracking all that down too. I mean, if the front end is correct, then this back end should be correct too, because it runs the same code. I had to track down some errors and some bugs, of course, But by and large, there's all the character information. There. Boom. And then if I go up to character inventory, this is telling me what he's got in his main hand: belt slot 2, belt slot 1, torso, belt slot 3. Of course, you can look at that much better if you look at that as a join. And then I can see that, hey, an oblivious woodsman has a hand axe in his main hand, the money purse in belt slot 2, wineskin, belt slot 1, satchel on his torso, and then 50 feet of hempen rope on belt 3. So that does appear to work. That's a different way to access the same code. Let's do it again. We will just see. Appears to be slow. I am not running a very powerful server at all, so we could probably overwhelm it. But let us see. Oh, there we go. So there we go. Hopefully I will have to upgrade the server if this is something people enjoy. But okay, so we just create another character. Let's see if there's another character in here. Let me refresh. Yes, an untested cult initiate now is here. So, all right, that sounds good. And got all of his stuff. And then if I go over here to inventory, this inventory database or this inventory table is just going to get filled up because this has every item that every character has. Looking at the character view, yeah. So some of this is worn by the untested cultist. Some of this is worn by the oblivious woodsman. So okay. So there we go. I was very excited about that. I was like, all right, that's 2 different ways to access this. Let me take this down for just a moment. I know no one's probably as excited about this as I am. I want to, before I show you the next thing, I'm going to go ahead and wipe these characters again because we are still in testing phase, so I can wipe them. And of course, I have it set so if I delete the characters, it deletes all of the inventory as well. There's a cascading delete on that. Okay. Now, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. I wanted a third way, and I didn't even know I was going to be able to preview this tonight. But let's try a third way to create a character. Okay? I'm bringing this up. Zorn's Dungeon. Here is the tavern. I don't know if this is going to work or not. This may not work. I have the Nightbot. So that is a tool that makes things much easier. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Supabase has become my favorite website. Like, no joke. As far as I was talking about my ability to make something like this, Supabase, in no small part, has allowed me to do something like this. Be able to just put up this database online, be able to access it through an API. Like I said, I know a few things. I used to teach geospatial database design, which has a lot of stuff in common with general relational database design. So I know general stuff about building relational databases and best practices and things like that. So I can hold that all in my head. But Supabase allows me basically just to execute it, put it up on the website, and put it up on the cloud on a server, and access it from wherever I want to. And that's amazing. So Supabase is awesome. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I should, this may not work, but I should have a bang command. I should have the Nightbot watching for a bang command in the comments. Because I was like, I really want people to be able to make characters through the YouTube live stream chat. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. Okay, so if this may not work, who knows? If I type exclamation mark, that's what makes it a bang command. So bang commands start with the exclamation point. Exclamation point, spawn. Let's see what happens. I'm sending spawn in. Do I have to? Let's see. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Oh, did we get it? It looks like we got it. Oh, it worked. Okay. The Nightbot responded. E. Heath Robinson, which is my YouTube handle, a penniless acolyte is nursing a warm ale in the corner. And you saw it was up here on the website. This is the tavern inside the Zorn's Dungeon game. So this just created a penniless acolyte. This is just an abbreviated stat block. It created the whole stat block. And ignore right now the fact that it says weapon unknown and item 2 unknown. This is more complicated to get to because I have to go to the second linked table, and I didn't get that worked out before stream today. But it should be there. So I noticed that this is the raw spell thing instead of the name of the spell. That's the way the spells are recorded in the database. I just got this working about an hour before live stream. That's why I wasn't sure it was going to work at all. But there we go. That is there. So if I go over to my character table, yes, a penniless acolyte is there. And his inventory is also there. Yes, penniless acolyte. It's not displaying quite properly over here, but that's a display issue. The function that runs the code and saves in the database is there. I just have to work on the display. But somebody else do it. Somebody else do it. I want to know if it works. Somebody else issue the bang command. Let's see. It's bang spawn. Exclamation point spawn. And we will see if the Nightbot catches it. Who is going to be the first person other than me to generate a character? And I do believe that the bang spawn right now has a global cooldown of 30 seconds. So if somebody comes in, okay, Dave has just hit bang spawn. Okay, so it's going to take 30 seconds. I bet Dave's going to get it. And then the counter will reset after 30 seconds. Okay, boom. Oh, we got him. Okay, so here, Sable Phoenix, this comes at the top. Oh, okay, we both got it. There we go. We got you got the confirmation in the chat. Sable Phoenix, an unsung bandit, is wiping mud off their boots near the hearth. Dave, an ill-equipped bandit, he generated 2 bandits, is nursing a warm air in the corner. So yes, and then over here on my Zorn's Dungeon tavern log that we've got up, we just saw that yes, Dave and Sable Phoenix's characters have come up. Like I said, ignore the way I've got it, the errors in display right now, but we can immediately see what is happening here, and more characters are coming in. PH comes in. Oh, yeah, there we go. A battered bounty hunter. PH has come in. A battered bounty hunter is methodically sharpening a rusty blade. How cool is that? How cool is that? I was so excited about this all day because I've been working on. This is week 3 of working on this project where I have really been incorporating the digital side of this. Of course, I've been working on the rules longer than that, but trying to come up with this digital side week 3, and this is actually the first. Well, this is the first time I've been on live stream where I actually have something live. Last time I was on stream, I had some of it running locally on my system, but now I've been able to actually have enough stuff out there to push stuff, to push stuff out online. And then once stuff gets out there, I can do more and more stuff with it. So PH says, all right, that opens so many opportunities. Now you can make live and interactive games. Maybe people who are watching can donate to change the story, like a collaborative DMing. You are right. That is exactly what I was thinking. Because I was thinking, okay, as soon as people in the chat can now create characters, now we can create games that can be played live online with people in the chat. Right. And I've got different ideas for that. But basically, yes. So this does open up a huge number of opportunities because I got the display character for the front working. And then I got the other website, which is behind the scenes to set it up in the database, save the character to the database working. And then I was like, now, wait a minute. This afternoon, let me go ahead and try to push this and see if I can create characters through the YouTube chat And so I was so happy. I was pushing through here, and this, and it does work. There's some things I want to change up here, but it does work. It does work. It's amazing. And yes, so now that we have a character, so let me show you over here in the chat, in the database itself, so you can see how just massive this inventory sheet's going to be. This table's going to be tracking everybody's inventory, but that's just the way that it is. But if I go to characters over here, I bet it's going to be the last one, the Penniless Acolyte. Who was a Penniless Acolyte? Oh, that was me. That's the one that I generated. A Battered Bounty Hunter is PH. PH is the Battered Bounty Hunter. So if I go over here, look right there. So this also saves your YouTube user handle for whoever created it. I mean, obviously it has to, because the Nightbot reports back that, hey, PH, you created this one, and it reports that in the chat. But then also, as far as the whole database goes, that character has been tagged, that's PH Arbex's character. This is Dave's character. This is Sable Phoenix character. This is my character. So that's saved back to the database. I'm going to have to do a little bit more work. This side, this works as far as what I'm just showing you right here. There are some other things that need to be done, because like in any particular night, I probably don't want one YouTube commenter, one person, one player, to have more than one character. Like let's just say, let's say I want to do that. I don't have any kind of thing that is that. You can only generate a character with the bang spawn every 30 seconds. And I do want to set it up so that everybody, in any particular given live stream can just have one character, So there's more behind the scenes stuff that needs to happen. And then plus I do have a player table, which I need to work on, which will save like PH. It'll save PH Arbex as a player, because over several nights, PH might have several characters, and I want to be able to keep track of that. Let's see. Let's do it. It's just fun. It's just like, I can't believe that this is actually something that I can do. I'm going to create another character. Let me see. So right now it should let me create another character. And it's been 30 seconds since somebody did a bang command. So that spawn bang command. Let's see. Oh, there we go. An overworked city guard just showed up. Sable says, how easy or hard would it be to integrate other character creation, like say Shadow Dark, into this? I would say, because I built the Hacked Edge off of Old School Essentials, I was actually wondering if I should also just incorporate Old School Essentials into this. All of the Old School Essentials stuff is not sitting there on the database right now. At one time I was thinking, well, maybe I should have separate columns that's like, here's how here's the Old School Essentials column, and then here's the Hacked Edge column. And maybe I should just load them both up. I didn't do that. And I certainly haven't done that with Shadow Dark. OSE and Hacked Edge share a lot also of the script to generate character rules. Not all of it, but by any stretch, but some of it, so that'd be easier. So I don't know. I would say definitely possible. It would definitely be possible to do that. PH says, I suppose instead of rolling characters, we could also generate values like rolling dice, right? Yeah, I mean, you could also do this by rolling dice at the table, which is what I was trying to do with which is what is written in the RPG book. If you're just sitting here at the table trying to generate things, what dice do you roll? Like ordinary tabletop stuff. And I could get more sophisticated if you wanted that, because I did notice, like, when I generate a character based on just the external character generator, I wasn't storing all of the individual D6 rolls. So this character is ready here, and it tells me that I rolled, what my strength, intelligence, wisdom, dex, constitution, charisma is, but I didn't output like you rolled a 2, 6, and 2 or something. But in order to generate a 10. But yeah, my goal would be for the tabletop rules that would be in a tabletop game manual, like I was writing out the rules, like you've seen me do, should be in perfect sync with the hacked edge that shows up on the screen here. And yes, so the next thing, well, I have a few more things I've got to do building out the tavern here. Like I was talking about, the display is not quite right. I want to enter some more rules. I mean, we're a small group right here on this live stream with like 6 or 8 different people, so it's not a big deal. But if I want to go ahead and create this so that if it were battle hardened, create it battle hardened. So if there are like 200 people on the stream, how does it manage like 200 people trying to create characters or something like that? So there's still some more work I have to do on the back end of managing the tavern. I'm calling that the tavern here. But then I want to actually have something you can do with it. Like, then I need some bad guys. Then I need some enemies for you to fight. And then I need to be able to have some of these adventurers here leave the tavern and go and fight some bad guys. Right? So, I mean, that's kind of the next thing. And that way also we can play test some of the hacked edge, like the combat system and things, because, we went through the combat system or a lot of it, a fair amount of it on a stream a few days ago. But I want to implement that as code as I'm working on the combat system. I want to implement it as code. So if I'm like, all right, it's time for this overworked city guard to go fight a goblin as a playtest, I want to be able to send the overworked city guard to the goblin and then, and then see on the, on the screen and on the stream what's going on, track all the stats and things like that for playtesting purposes. But I'm just happy I got this far. Dave says, let's go play right now. Let's go. Let's play right now. I know. I want to play. There's nothing it can do right now, though. I don't have any kind of code that lets people attack or go and do something, expect to die here with these 0th level characters. But I don't have anything for them to do right now. That's next. A little bit more back into the tavern upgrading, and then I'm going to work on actually getting it to something that we can do, right? Okay, so 9 o'clock. Okay. So that confirms that the Nightbot is also working on the timer. So he's responding to bang commands. And he is now, we said it was 8:40 when last he checked in. So the Nightbot is now here with at 8 o'clock. So for instance, the Nightbot can put into the chat, remember, everyone can only spawn 1 character per live stream. There's a cooldown of 30 seconds on the bang spawn. And by the way, enter bang spawn to enter bang spawn to create a character. So the Nightbot can take care of all that for us. PH Arbeck says, I mean, you could actually DM to viewers. People. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, you could actually DM to viewers. People could roll characters and make dice rolls with a different command. They absolutely could. They absolutely could. Let me see about bang. That's probably something I want to test tonight. Bang command for dice roll. That just seems like it'd be fun. We need to have that anyway, to be able to give the Nightbot a bang command to roll some dice. That would be cool in there. So you could DM, yes, that way. Or, just, attack orc and have it do stuff like that. Yes, that would be awesome. Okay. Sable. So here's what was going on with the coffee house. I really wanted to get that going, and it never really got going. Sable says, oh, how would or could this integrate with that coffee house online environment that you used to have a while before? I don't know how it could integrate with that because I don't know how to access that system programmatically. But even though I suppose that's still sitting out there, I don't have that anymore because they nuked the free tier. I used to be able to, when we use that, I use that on the free tier, which would let 10 people inside. So we use that kind of at the free. But a few months ago, they nuked the free tier. And it's just astronomically expensive. It's just freaking astronomically expensive. And so I kind of just let it go. But I have wondered if I could rebuild something like that, like a lightweight something like that. Hey, Doc Flamingo, type exclamation point spawn into the chat. You're showing up here late. We're kind of here at the end. We've shown a lot of cool stuff, but Doc Flamingo, type exclamation point spawn into the chat. But I have wondered, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be built out, but I was wondering if I could rebuild something like that coffee house. That's down the road. But then if it were custom built, if that front end were custom built, then it could interact with all of the database. That's down the road, but I have definitely thought about that. And especially since we're holding care. Oh, okay. Doc Flamingo, an unlucky dwarf miner is wiping mud off their boots near the hearth. So that's our command now, Doc, to create hacked edge 0th level characters. So Doc Flamingo just created an unlucky dwarf miner. Dex 8, Int 7, Strength 11. One of the issues with the old coffee shop was that we didn't have any way to have a persistent items for the players. But since I have a player database, you could be able to have items. Oh, Shellmel spawning too. Shellmel says a haggard pilgrim is methodically sharpening a rusted blade. And I see it up in the tavern here. So we got it. This is awesome. They do sound expendable, yes. But since I have a player's table in the database, if it were something like the coffee shop that were rebuilt, then you could actually have items that the player themselves has, like decks of cards or things that could move around. I wonder if I don't have the Nightbot like responding that, hey, it hasn't been 30 seconds. So you might want to try that again, Sable. Now, Shellmel says that sounds about right for one of my characters. A haggard pilgrim. That was right. Yes, a haggard pilgrim is. I'm so glad that works. This is awesome. There we go. A battered squire. A battered squire is wiping mud off their boots near the hearth. I want to come up with a whole bunch more of the flavor text. We need a lot more flavor text. And I want to come up with like a name generator. So this will be like the description, a battered squire, but come up with some kind of name, something. A battered squire is, burst through the door of the tavern or something like that. So we did get battered squire. So strength 9. This is all 3d6 straight down. So there we go. All right. Well, I hope this was fun, guys. I know this has been a lot of, hey, let's look at these rules, or let's see what's been built, or let's see what's been done. But I mean, I was really excited to show this off today. I have been really excited all day as I have been working on this. So I don't know. I mean, has anybody else seen a stream like this? Has anybody else seen, I don't think I've seen this. I haven't seen any other type of live stream or something with this type of functionality built in. As far as I know, this is the first stream that has this. So we'll need to promote it, but I'm not going to promote it yet until I've got it, tested out and, stuff like that. So we still have some more testing to do before anything is promoted or anything like that. I want to get the tavern going, and then who knows, maybe by Wednesday, be able to have these guys that we're able to generate on stream fight or something. So I plan on streaming again Wednesday night about 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to sit here and keep making stuff, and maybe we'll be able to test out the hacked edge combat system or something by Wednesday. I don't know. It could. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so it could be way too complicated to get done by Wednesday. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep going, and then I'll be here Wednesday, and we'll see what's going on. So I will see everybody later. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. I will see you later. Have a wonderful evening too. Sleep well, recover hit points. I will see you live on Wednesday. Yes, thank you, Sable. Yes. Later, everybody.